Hello, this is Tori with LANDiO. We have a new 40-acre wooded mountain home site near Trinidad, Colorado. This property has a creek and county road frontage through the property. Before we start looking at the photos, I want to show you this property on the interactive map. So this is the parcel boundaries outlined here in green, and this county road, which is County Road 40.2, this runs right through the property, so kind of the northwest corner of the property. So you'd own land on both sides of this county road. And then if we turn on this topographic map here, you can see there's a spring indicated on the topographic map, and this is a creek bed then that runs along the path of the county road. And then you see here where there's another area indicated of this seasonal creek going through this portion of the property, and then they come meet right down here. Then if we zoom in even closer, you can see here's that path of the creek, and then here's where the other path of the creek meet right here. And then you have a neighbor who's built on their property just to the north. You have electricity lines and poles running along County Road 40.2 along with underground telecommunication lines. And then also if we go back to the topographic map, you can see the property has varied terrain, and you've got a high point up here where you've got expansive mountain views in all directions. This elevation up here is about 6,950 feet, and then down here you're at an elevation of around 6,650 feet. And then this is a view of the Spanish Peaks from what would be the high elevation point on the property, and here you have the Sangre de Cristo mountain range. Here we are looking southwest along County Road 40.2. Here's another satellite image where you can see some of these things that we just pointed out. Here are the electricity lines and poles. These are about 750 feet away from the property, so real close. Here's the neighbor to the north. We'll take a closer look at their property. There's the county road and the seasonal creeks identified there. And then let's look at where this is situated, because this property has a great location for access to Interstate 25. You have Trinidad to the south, which has a population of around 10,000. Trinidad is only 27 minutes from the property, and that's all county road and Interstate 25, which provides then great year-round access. Then down here you have the Trinidad Lake State Park. Here's the town of Aguilar, which is about 20 minutes from the property. There's about 600 people that live in Aguilar. There's some little shops there, some fuel, supplies, things of that nature. And you have Walsenburg, about 3,200 population, which is only about 33 minutes away to the north. Here's Lathrop State Park. You have the Spanish Peaks, and over here you have the Spanish Peaks State Wildlife Area. So this is County Road 40.2, so it's a well-maintained county road. You can see again here, it's kind of a rock gravel type county road. You've got the electricity lines and poles there. Here's the neighbor just to the north. So their driveway comes right off County Road 40.2 and it does almost like a U-turn and then up into their property where they have their home built right there. Now if we take a closer look at the way they have their driveway situated, so you can see it kind of comes down an angle, goes through the creek right there, and then curves back up around. So they've got their house kind of elevated up here, and you can see this shot here was taken when there was actually water in the creek. And then along the county road also you'll see there's one of those telecom boxes. And then here's a closer look at their home from the other direction. You can see they have their home site tucked in against the base of the mountain there, surrounded by all these mature trees. Here's another aerial photo looking northeast along the county road. You can see there's the neighbor that we're just looking at to the north. There's another photo looking northeast along the county road. There's the neighbor that we're just looking at to the north, and you can see that our property has very similar characteristics where if someone wanted to put their home on this side of the road, they could do that. You've got very similar type of level plateau right here, which then backs up against the base of this mountain. At the same time, there's open meadow space on the other side of the county road. So really you've got a lot of options as far as where you wanted to put a structure or multiple structures on the property. Here we are again looking at the creek along the property. I want to point out what you see right here. So there's this foundation right here. And if we look at this telecom box along the county road as well, you can see a closer shot of this foundation. And you'll see these all along the county road. What these are from is back in the early 1900s, around turn of the century, this area was popular for coal mining. And they had homes and other types of structures all along this road here. So you'll see these artifacts from those structures and even work that was done on the creek. You can see here's like a bridge that must have been there. There's the foundation of that bridge over the creek. There's a famous historical battle that took place there called the Ludlow Massacre, and there's a memorial there. You can look that up. I'll provide a link with some information about Ludlow. So that was just up here along Interstate 25. Then you also have Aguilar, which is about 12 miles from the property, and that was kind of a halfway point between Walsenburg and Trinidad. So back in the days when mining was popular in this area, this was a kind of a thriving town. So there's definitely a lot of rich history there. I guess the question is what is the next 100 years going to bring for you in this property? If we go back to the photos, here's a photo that was taken just north of the property with water in the creek. You can see some more images with water in the creek. This is on the property, so you've got lots of rock formations, rock outcroppings on the property. So these are up towards the higher elevation points. One of the questions we get a lot is about hunting. There were a bunch of wild turkeys on the property when our photographer was out there, and there's wildlife all throughout this area, and having that feature of the creek is certainly a magnet for that wildlife. But in addition, you're only about 17 miles from the Spanish Peak State Wildlife Area. Spanish Peak State Wildlife Area is 6,400 acres of varied mountain terrain with lots of dense, mature trees. Elk is very popular in Los Animas County. It is said to have one of the largest elk herds in the entire world. Here's some photos of the Spanish Peak State Wildlife Area. So it's an incredibly beautiful area for hunting, outdoor recreation, hiking, camping, things of that nature. Hunting in the Spanish Peak State Wildlife Area includes deer, elk, rabbit, squirrel, and turkey. They have restrooms and drinking water facilities there. And in addition to the Spanish Peak State Wildlife Area, you have public land all surrounding the property, including BLM land, state land, national forest, national parks. And here we are back to some photos of the property. So this is, again, the well-maintained County Road 40.2 going right through the property. Here's a side-by-side image where one day there's water flowing through the creek versus one day when there was not. And you have dense tree coverage on the property, varying species and sizes and age. This area right here is the path where the other seasonal creek flows, which then connects to the seasonal creek along County Road 40.2. And you can see right here where on both sides of the property it kind of slopes down and meets that ravine right there and then creates that path of that seasonal water flow. And then here we have County Road 40.2 and the creek running along the county road. There's the neighbor just to the north, and then there's the high elevation point on the property. So here we are looking at this on Google Earth. You can see over here, now this would be north of the county road. You've got this open meadow over here. There's that foundation that we've looked at. And then there's the foundation of the bridge that crossed over the creek maybe a century ago. And then here we have, this is the path of the other seasonal creek. Then you have this more level area here at the base of this high elevation point, and you can see that is very much similar to what the neighbors have utilized to build their home site. So you've got a lot of usable space in amongst the varied terrain, mature trees, rock outcroppings. And several of the other neighbors have built on their properties homes of varying sizes and construction types. Here's someone that has a log home. Here's someone that built an A-frame home. Here you have someone that has what appears to be a mobile home, like maybe a single-wide mobile home. And here we've taken and circled those landowners that have developed their properties nearby. So this is our 40 acres right here in green. So you can see that many of the landowners around here have developed their properties. And then here we have satellite images of some of those neighbors' homes. There's no HOA, there's no HOA fees, there's no time limit to build. The minimum dwelling size is only 600 square feet. You can use varying types of construction: shipping container, earthship home, barn dominiums, tiny homes, log homes, mobile homes, pretty much anything you can think of. And there we have the close proximity. So again, only 5 miles, which is about 12 minutes, to Interstate 25, which will then take you south to Trinidad, north to Walsenburg, Pueblo, Colorado Springs, and then on up into Denver. Denver's only about 3 hours away. And Pueblo has a population around 110,000. That's only about an hour and 10 minutes from the property. Trinidad, again, which is only about 27 minutes from the property, is a growing city, has a population around 10,000. There's Main Street in Trinidad. There's a Walmart supercenter there. There's also a hospital. There's restaurants, building supplies. Pretty much anything you need you can find there in Trinidad. And you're just about 32 minutes from the Trinidad Lake State Park and the 800-acre lake. about 33 minutes to Walsenburg. Walsenburg also has medical care. There's groceries, supplies, building materials. And near Walsenburg, you'll also find the Lathrop State Park, which is a 1,600-acre state park with 2 lakes. Just under an hour from the Badito Cone, the San Isabel National Forest, and Greenhorn Mountain. There's a view looking out from the Badito Cone area. And again, only about an hour and 11 minutes to Pueblo, which has a population around 110,000. About an hour and 48 minutes to Colorado Springs, which has a population of nearly 500,000, and then about 3 hours to Denver. Denver being the largest city in Colorado. Denver and the metropolitan area have a population of around 1 million. So this 40-acre wooded mountain home site with creek, county road frontage, and electricity nearby, priced at just $59,900. All the property details are listed here on our website. This property is located in Game Management Unit 85. We also have links to additional information about the nearby points of interest. Here's the interactive map, GPS coordinates, along with links to view those coordinates on a Google map. We have over 120 images. And then at the bottom of the page, we have this interactive map. If this property fits what you're looking for, we highly recommend that you go to our website and click on this Buy Now button. What that'll do is add a deposit of $499 to your cart, then click Checkout. Once you click Checkout, this window will appear where you can enter in all your information and then continue through the checkout process. Once the checkout process has been completed, we'll receive an instant notification that your $499 deposit has been made. We'll then take the property off the market, send you over a simple one-page purchase agreement, and arrange for the balance of payment. The remaining balance may be paid by wire transfer, cashier's check, credit card, debit card, ACH bank draft, or any combination of those methods. Your $499 deposit is credited towards your purchase, and we cover all of the closing costs. We make the whole process super simple, and it can be completed in as little as a day. Now, once you were to click this Buy Now button and then complete the checkout process, that Buy Now button goes away. It changes to out of stock. Each property is unique. We only have one of this property. So when it is sold, it is sold. And because we only have one and we try to provide as much convenience and efficiency for our customers, we sell our properties on a first-come, first-served basis. So the first person that were to put the deposit down is the one that then gets the honor of purchasing the property. And I cannot tell you how many times we've had people where they want to put a deposit down, or they're thinking about putting a deposit down, and by the time they actually go to do it, somebody else has already placed the deposit and then ends up purchasing the property. So they end up missing out on a property that really fit their needs. Land is a really unique asset class in the fact that there is only what there is. Parcels are subdivided. Someone could say, yes, you can create new parcels, but you cannot create new land mass. Each property is like an original work of art. That original work of art, this art here being crafted by the hand of God. Now, if you have any questions, our phone number is on the top of every page of our website. That number is 713-597-7670. That number also receives text messages. We also have this live chat feature here on our website where you can communicate with us in real time. If we're not available for whatever reason, please send us a message and we'll respond to you at our next availability. You can also fill out this contact form here on our website or send us an email directly. Our email address is hello@landio.com. And as always, we really appreciate you taking the time to watch our videos, view our listings, and share our properties and our website with all your family, friends, and colleagues. Thank you, and may God continue to bless you and your family.